presented by AT&T. Scoreless after the first between the United States and England. I'm Jenny Taft alongside Tony DeChico, and it was an open first half, really no score, but there was a lot to talk about after that first. So I want to get things started by going through the highlights, but we have to make sure you see Christy Rampone highlighted, Captain America. Tony, I know she's a very special player for you.
Yeah, I brought her into the team in 1997. Probably my best coaching move. I had to talk her out of her basketball scholarship, and she did the rest.
How about this one? 16th minute. What do we have
what
here?
What a chance here by Krieger to Haran, and good save by Chamberlain. But here's Dunn on the flank, and she gave Stokes a lot of trouble. Gets in behind, served across. Rose Lavelle, right-footed. Great save by Chamberlain, clear by Houghton. Here again, Dunn beats Stokes, and Lavelle gets a good shot off. She probably won on her left foot, but it was good. And here's a great England chance. Miscleared by Julie Johnson. Parrish gets on the end of it, but Ashlyn Harris steps out of goal, makes a big save. You can see Harris move off her goal line, really big save.
Well, a big first half for Ashlyn Harris, but my guy might be giving it away by who he was impressed with.
Hey, Rose Lavelle. Jenny, she was so good. I'm now a cheesehead. I know Joelle was excited, but she was good on the flank. Watch some of these. She gets double teamed on the flank. What does she do? She just nutmegs one of them, gets by her, and then feeds the ball to Pugh. A couple minutes later, she gets the ball on the flank, just dinks in a ball that Mallory Pugh beats Lucy Bronze and almost leads to a goal. So Rose Lavelle now gets on the end of service, right-footed. We've seen this highlight, but what a half she's had. First cap ever.
It is impressive. I have no idea where he found this cheesehead, but I really like it.
It's kind of warm. I might keep it on.
There you go. It's warm. He's keeping up. He's keeping it on. But we're going to have more highlights when we come back from break. Scoreless after the first half. The United States and England on Fox. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the She Believes Cup presented by AT&T on Fox. 0-0 after the first half, but we still have another to play. United States, England, and yes, we still have another match in this tournament coming up on Tuesday. The U.S. will take on France, 7 p.m. Eastern, live on FS1 in Washington, D.C. Lot more action. You don't want to miss it when we come back. JP Delacamera and Allie Wagner have the call.
Fox Thursday, 10 survival experts.
I helped capture Saddam Hussein.
Face their most threatening challenge. Being partnered with a total diva.
Ouch! We got our work cut out for us.
It's a race to win $500,000.
I'm sorry that you live like this. I'm not a swamp man.
Quit then. You're not going to accept responsibility for anything. It's
I'm not saying I'm not responsible. Emotions are for ugly people.
Kicking and Screaming premieres Thursday after MasterChef Junior on Fox.
We are back, getting ready for the start of the second half. United States and England play to a scoreless draw after 45 minutes of play. And if you're wondering if it's getting warmer here, no, it's getting colder. Temperatures in the 20s, dipping as we speak as the two teams come out and get ready for the start of the second half. If you're not familiar with the rules of the She Believes Cup tournament, you can make up to 6 subs. Jill Ellis only made 3 the other night. France right now with 4 points is #1. Of course, the USA could take over that spot with the right result in this one. Germany in 3rd place and England in 4th. So a lot to play for tonight. Goal differential is the first tiebreaker, then goals scored, head-to-head result, and then finally, if it came down to it, the FIFA ranking. So we mentioned before, Ali, all of these games have been very close, very little separating them. So a lot to play for these two teams if they want to win this tournament in the second half.
But I don't know if winning the tournament is really the priority of any of these teams. England, Germany, They've got France, they've got Euros on the horizon, and the U.S. is in this transition phase, this exploration phase, this getting answers phase, which is really about how does this team evolve so they can stay on top for the next World Cup in 2019.
It looks like the USA will keep a status quo. Just quick bird's eye view of this. Looks like everyone remains out there. Same for England. So no changes. So for the USA, I think one of the things I'd probably like to see a little more out of Alex Morgan and Carly Lloyd in terms of getting involved in the attack. Rose Lavelle we saw a lot of in the opening half, and probably Mallory Pugh.
And Samantha Mewis as well, I think.
Yeah.
She was on the ball a lot, but it's Alex Morgan, Carly Lloyd. Of course you want to see them on the ball, but part of it is going to be finding them in their respective areas. I think Alex Morgan, as much as she wants to try to come back for the ball, I think she needs to stay a little bit higher and sit off the shoulders of those center backs to be a threat in behind. And for Carly, she's got both the center mids on either side of her, so the team is hesitant, I believe, to play her in those spaces, and they just got to trust it and be confident with it.
USA weren't finding those two players. Let's see what Jenny Taft learned. She spoke with Jill Ellis at halftime. Jenny?
Hey guys, thank you very much. Well, Jill overall pleased with what she saw in the first offensively. She said we really need to focus on finding the weak side because it is open if we can get it there, and the movement needs to be quicker. Defensively, they've been overloading us on the outside, so we need to do a little bit better job of that. And something to keep in mind, some of the U.S. players came out very early to keep warm. Some decided to stay in, and that was their decision if they wanted to get out and get warm. I asked Jill about the cold. She said with a smile, hey, we just suck it out. There's nothing about this, but we will see some more changes coming soon, guys.
Lizzie Bronze with a throw-in for Paris. Paris was very dangerous for England in that opening half. Flicked by Duggan. Christensen trying to come in. Nice job defensively by Crystal Dunn to win it. And play it forward. Intercepted though by England. They give it right back. Ball is deflected out of play, and it belongs to England.
And I like what Jill Ellis said about finding that weak side, because the U.S. is so focused on playing out of tight spaces that sometimes a player doesn't get their head up and change the point quick enough.
The Carney pass on the wrong side of Paris, picked off. Mewis, Horan. Will this game end up the same as the first? Zeros on the board, we'll see. Whole second half still to come from Red Bull Arena. Lindsay Horan ended up going down, got it right back up though, and finds Krieger. Mewis. Samantha Mewis finding Lloyd. Pushed out wide by Pugh. Crystal Dunn looking, maybe a chance here for the U.S. It's played in. Edge of the box. Gathered in now by Lavelle. Puts it up off that left foot for Lloyd. It's blocked, never got to her. Settled by Pugh. The shot blocked, almost picked up by Morgan. And then Horan fires it high over the bar.
We can't underestimate how important what Ali Krieger did to start this attack was. She was the one who was on the ball and played that initial pass into Sam Mewis first time. It allowed Mewis to switch the point attack, which got done in. And then you saw the U.S. pepper the English goal with shots. But that all started with Ali Krieger initially winning the ball, and on that interception, finding Mewis immediately.
Krieger's on the chase. Lavelle pushing it back. Julie Johnston across the way. Sauerbrunn. Horan. Left side, Lavelle. Krieger. The U.S. has been a lot more active tonight than in that last game against Germany. Playing with a lot more confidence too, I think. Dunn finding Pugh. Tried to play it across, didn't get there. Dunn battles, and then the foul goes against the U.S.
And what Sam Ewis just did there is brilliant, and it's exactly how Jill Ellis wants to test these players. She splits two defenders and plays a penetrating pass. And here you just see a battle for the ball between Dunn and Christensen. But that starts with Sam Ewis having the confidence to drive forward, penetrate on the dribble, and then play a penetrating pass and open up England.
Held up by Dunn. Back for Julie Johnston. Lavelle, well, probably the best chance for the USA in that opening half. Big save by Chamberlain. It's goalkeeper with one brilliant save in this game tonight. Dunn. Wanted Pugh, the wrong side of her on that pass. Ewis wins it though again. Sam Ewis using that strength, pushing it forward, and then couldn't make that last pass, the connection to Lavelle. Sarborn tried to step in, got burnt there by Carney. Help is coming though with Horan. Carney puts it into another gear, finding the open player Paris. 23 yards away, inside Jordan Nobbs. Coming in late is Bronze blocked. It was a nice block from Ewis. And now a foul again on the USA with Bronze down.
And that was just a quick counter from England, but great job of the U.S. to get so many numbers behind the ball. Hard to tell there what happened with Lavelle and Bronze. But Bronze getting to the attack for England is so important for them.
Free kick for Jordan Nobbs, 2016 England Player of the Year with Arsenal. Only played one game in the World Cup. She was injured. Two in the wall for the U.S. On that whistle, Nobbs will strike. Cleared by Krieger. Bronze. That's wide of the target. Let's talk about what we can watch for, Ali, here in the second half.
Well, it's just continuing figuring out how to solve pressure for the U.S. I thought they did a decent job of it in the first half, but it is about getting those longer passes in to solve England. They over-condense and the weak side is on. And then for England, as I said earlier, they've given up 3 goals in their past 3 games, all on with headers. So it's about discipline in the box, marking up, getting touch tight.
From distance, the Williams shot blocked. Krieger picks it up. Wide for Lavelle. Picking up speed as she goes. She has Pugh with her, takes it towards the inside. Good instincts from Lavelle, now finds Pugh. And the U.S. will earn a corner kick. It's pretty well done by Rose Lavelle.
You said it, JP. Great instincts, cutting inside and opening up that channel to then kick it back out for Pugh to earn the corner kick. And Lavelle is so fast with the ball, she actually pulls away from Nobbs as she's dribbling with it down the field. And I like Pugh holding her run, not running offside, earning that corner kick for the U.S. And we just talked about it. Can England be disciplined in their man marking in the box?
Only the second USA corner. Samantha Mewis will take it. It'll go short. She'll get the touch back from Pugh. Lavelle was open. Now cuts inside. Lavelle with a shot, and it's high. Nice recovery after the initial touch from Lavelle.
But it pops out to her less preferred foot, her right. She tries to bend it, it looks like. Just a heavy touch, doesn't give herself the best opportunity to have a go. Got to get over that one the next time.
For more on Lavelle, here's Jenny.
Well, interesting, the run we just saw from Rose Lavelle, and I wanted to keep you guys posted. I had a chance to talk to the University of Wisconsin head coach Paul Wilkins after her first call into camp, and that is what she told me to watch for. She said Rose is the kind of player who may actually be faster with the ball. Her speed comes out of nowhere, and that is definitely one of the strengths we're seeing from Rose tonight.
A lot of strength she brings to the table. Hugh. Lewis. Dunn is open. Crystal Dunn will settle, defended by Stokes. Dunn, Hugh, stutter step, lost it. Dunn recovers, left-footed shot, deflected, grabbed by Chamberlain.
The U.S. is creating many more opportunities than they did the other night against Germany. No, the final product is not there, at least yet. But you'd have to say that they've been better in terms of creating and pulling apart England.
Jordan Nobbs in the ball. Look at Paris. She almost got through. Terrific from Julie Johnston. Breaking up that play. Here's Lavelle. Lewis.
But how about that confidence and composure from Rose Lavelle to play out of that pressure?
Nobbs in the ball. Lavelle on the left. Down the wing. Pugh wanted to go inside, could not. Detained by Houghton, who claims she was fouled. Moved upfield by Bronze. It will fall for Crystal Dunn. Dunn with it. Looking, shooting it low, and it's wide.
This is exactly what happened to England against France. They had a strong first half, but they petered out in the second, and right now it's all USA. Here's Dunn just driving in, lining up that left foot shot. Doesn't get it on frame. But no one is even stepping close enough to cut down that angle for Dunn. She just doesn't have a good crack at it.
That's Karen Carney again. Don't know if it's the same issue as in the first half, but she's getting some assistance. While we have this opportunity, U.S. Soccer has announced that the ticket lottery for the men's national team World Cup qualifier versus Honduras in San Jose on March 6th will be open to the general public for 1 day only. For more information, go to tickets at ussoccer.org. You know what we didn't have a chance to comment on before? They honored Christy Rampone before the game. She played in 4 Olympics, won a couple of World Cups, second only to Christy Lilly among caps. What a fantastic career. We salute her, at least up here in the booth.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, but internally within the team, within the program, she's been one of the iconic figures for the national team. Someone who has committed her whole life to developing the game, to growing the game, and to really being the best player and leader she could be for the program. So well-deserved honor for her.
And she's still playing. She's got to play another year for Sky Blue at age 41.
That's where it's a little borderline crazy, but
yeah.
But don't you have to be to get to this level?
Yes. It was nice that they honored her before the game tonight. Lloyd heading it forward. Bronze will pick it up. How can the U.S. get Carly Lloyd and Alex Morgan, their 2 most dangerous players, really more involved in the game? They need more touches.
Well, I'm not sure at this point if they are being the most dangerous players in the evolution of this program. I think Pugh has been outstanding. I think Lavelle has been outstanding. And right now they're taking over the game, so they have to get themselves in pockets and space to be an option.
Lavelle. Well, if she was nervous or is nervous, you can't tell from up here.
And she settled in quite quickly, I would say, but that is what happens when you have a great footballer mind.
Bronze. Towards that right side, too far for Paris.
And let's not forget that Alex Morgan is just recovering from her illness, from a knock. She's coming back from Lyon. So just even getting minutes under her belt is an achievement for her to find her way back in. And sometimes with where Lloyd is on the field, she might not be able to be found all that often, but it's when she's found around the 18-yard box, what does she do with those chances that can make a difference?
Ball was played towards the feet of Mallory Pugh. Also, this is just the second game for the U.S. team, really since November. So getting used to playing with one another in the new system as well. New formation. Here's Lloyd from distance. And that's wide. But all she needs is one good look.
That's it, exactly. That's what we're talking about. Maybe they're not going to find her in the build-up plays much, but sitting right outside that 18, that's where she can be great.
Chamberlain will put it back into play. We're just past the hour mark. USA out shooting England. Both teams have had good chances, quality chances though, to get on the board. England nearly scored first. But Paris was robbed by Ashlyn Harris. Farrell Williams. Knobs. Back to Williams. Duggan pass blocked. Knobs. She and Paris were not on the same page. Lavelle has it blocked. Jordan Knobs takes over. Finds Coney. Paris trying to go inside of Krieger. Nice job by Ali Krieger. Help was coming though too from Julie Johnston. Kristen Press and Lynn Williams involved in this huddle with the coaching staff. England will also be making a change. As Bronze has it. Looks like Jill Scott. It is Jill Scott.
Jill Scott had a fantastic game the other night against France.
Coney in the ball, moving it ahead. And no foul given there. Here's Alex Morgan. Down that left flank. Stride for stride with Lucy Bronze, who took her down. Both are down now. Everyone hoping for Alex Morgan to get up rather quickly. You just said she's feeling 100% now, but she's coming off an ankle injury and an illness as well. She's back up quick.
And just a battle between those two. Alex Morgan tries to pull that back. Great idea. Braun just takes her out, knowing that she's beat. That's a bad foul.
England will make their first substitution. Jill Scott for Karen Carney. This might be more injury related than anything else because Carney's been down a couple of times.
But a veteran for a veteran.
Yeah. And that's going to be it for Alex Morgan, it looks like.
And I don't think we got to see enough out of Alex Morgan. But as we said, she's just finding her way back in after recovering from her illness. And really with this U.S. team and this evolution, it's going to be about finding those forwards in behind. Right now they're working on getting them to feet, getting them to be involved in the build-up play. But one of her great strengths is streaking in behind that back line. And I just don't think the U.S. looked for that enough with her on the pitch.
Lynn Williams comes in. This is important here for Lynn Williams, coming off not only the goal she scored the other night, but you noted how much more confidence she was playing with after she scored that goal. So it's important she gets some playing time tonight.
And you'd think coming in at the 63rd minute or so, she's going to grow in that confidence because England's tired and Lynn Williams is fast, she's strong, she's powerful.
Ball played in, knocked away. They won't get a half an hour to work some magic, but fairly close to that. But those are two players that could change the game with their athleticism, Press and Williams.
Especially as England tired.
England will have a goal kick now. So 2 changes for the U.S. The one change was Jill Scott coming in. Morgan and Dunn out. Alex was saying how different it is playing in France. Not as physical as it is in the NWSL, a big change.
And what was so interesting about that is that she said, you know, last year I complained that the NWSL was too physical.
Yeah.
And now I kind of miss it a little bit. But you can see Hughes moving to that outside mid spot with Dunn out.
Wide to the right, Paris made a nice run, blocked. Johnston. Strong game for Julie Johnston, following in the footsteps of Allie Long's strong performance the other night.
And this is a little thing, but as Johnston's carrying that ball up after she makes that great challenge, right here she's looking for an option, and Lynn Williams was coming to the sideline and really closed down her own space, so there was nowhere for Johnston to play that. Lynn Williams needs to hold her run a bit there and allow that space to remain open so Johnston can lay it into her path.
Lloyd driving towards this ball, couldn't get to it. Mewis for Mallory Pugh. Lloyd drifting on that right side, getting it back. Mewis. Horan doubled up there. Possession was lost, but Johnston kept that space tight, was able to win it back.
And good distribution on that interception.
Lavelle. Horan. Nice pullback by Lindsay Horan. Back for Rose Lavelle, who will find Horan. 1v2 at the moment, and the 2 win out. Bronze upfield. Good run from her, slowed down and then taken away on the recovery run by Mewis. This is Mewis, off target, intended for Press. Press set up the only goal of the game the other night. Scored by Williams, that ball out off of Jill Scott. Krieger. Lavelle, now Mewis. USA back in action Tuesday against France at RFK Stadium. Krieger with a quick apology, giving that ball back to Harris. Throw in England.
And that's where the U.S. can grow, because they had a 2v2 over here with not a lot of pressure with Sam Mewis and Rose Lavelle, but they opted to go back when I think they had an opportunity to face up and change the point. And that's what ultimately resulted in Harris having to play that out over the sideline.
Lloyd trying to get through. Arm came up unintentionally against Jordan Nobbs. Foul on Lloyd, free kick, England.
It looks like perhaps it's just a boot, yeah.
It's a foot.
This is the type of game you expect to see between England and the U.S. More physical. I thought coming into tonight for sure there was going to be a lot of heavy challenges, a lot of disruption of rhythm. But it's really been a nice game otherwise.
Lloyd was booked. First booking of the night. When play resumes, this free kick will be from about 24 or so yards away. England did have a couple of other subs up. Saw Ellen White up before.
She's one who had a fantastic match as well against France. Even though she didn't get on the score sheet, I thought she made some excellent runs sitting off the shoulder of France's center backs and got in behind a lot.
Saw Jodie Taylor as well. So they're looking to change the game as well.
And they play extremely well together. Jodie Taylor was an old player for the Thorns.
couple of teams in the NWSL. Here's another look at that. I saw Lloyd's arms up, but I didn't see it was actually the foot that was the culprit, but unintentional. Still a yellow card. Well, that's about the only thing that has slowed this game down, really, because the pace of it has been very good.
Sometimes you get these quick, fast games when in this type of weather. You can run more. You want to run more.
You have to, right?
But both these teams like play high-tempo soccer anyways.
What's the coldest game you ever played? And temperatures are in the 20s here. Colder than this ever? You think?
I don't think
You
so.
don't think so? Especially with the wind.
Right. And Lyon, I mean, there was snow on the ground when I was playing, but I don't think it was ever in the 20s.
It was in the 70s last week. Crazy weather here on the East Coast. What I wouldn't give for the 70s today, right? You too, I'm sure. All right, so here's this free kick about 24 yards away. Out. It's going to be the one to take it. 4 in the wall for the U.S. and now joined by a 5th and 6th, actually. The little gap in between 2 players. On that whistle, Houghton's ready. Drives it through, it'll bounce away. Knocked away by Harris. That one almost snuck through. Bronze gave it away. Lewis went up the wing. I think she thought somebody was making that run. Off Lavelle. Picked back up by England. Duggan, Scott, cut back, Paris. Good job defending by Johnston again. Lavelle on the breakout. Rose Lavelle still going with it. Tucks it inside for Lloyd. Lynn Williams. Krieger. US now working it around.
And Lloyd could have switched the point of attack much earlier there, but instead she plays on this near side, and that allows all of England's numbers to get back behind the ball and get organized again in that transition.
Ali Krieger. Lavelle for Williams, blocked. Lavelle kept it rolling. Knocked away. Off Scott. US still very active. Finding Mallory Pugh. To the outside. Pugh has it knocked away by Stokes. Pugh with a recovery. Horan puts one up. Williams went up, so did Lloyd. Lavelle kept it in. A lot of players quit on that, thinking it was out. And Lavelle didn't have any options there. There was no one in red near the ball.
Every player quit on that except for Lavelle.
Lavelle still working with it. It's a good performance for her. Debut game, starter, different position. Checking all the boxes, it seems like.
And growing in confidence as this game is worn on, which is another thing you want to see as a coach. But I think Samantha Mewis has had a fantastic game. She's pinging that ball around, driving it out to her teammates, which gives them all the more time on the ball to make decisions.
USA are getting ready to make 3 changes. Triple change. Long is up. Heath is up. And Morgan Bryant. All 3 started the other night against Germany.
You'd have to think Long might be going into the midfield. I bet she's got a smile on her face if that's the case.
Julie Johnston with it. 74th minute, scoreless. USA versus England. Second game for these 2 teams in the SheBelieves Cup tournament. Press to the right. Here's Mallory Pugh. Now at UCLA. Couple of moves from Pugh, kept it low. Williams trying to get to that ball. Cleared away. Lavelle, US. England also have 2 players ready to come in, White and Taylor. Krieger going inside, that's blocked. England are back near that USA bench. Play back to Paris. Here's Scott. The battle for the ball. Lindsey Horan, but it's out. Assistant referee has the flag up.
And you'd have to think that Jill Ellis is extremely pleased with that last spell of possession by the U.S. 3 penetrating passes in a row sprung that right side of the U.S. in behind. So good, just lacking that final pass from Mallory Pugh. But a lot of positive things for the U.S. to build on and breaking the lines of the English defense.
So Duggan is coming out for Ellen White. That'll be one of the changes for England. Now Jodie Taylor's going to be checking in as well. For Izzy Christensen, that's whose number came up, and now some confusion. Let's see. Lloyd's coming out. Well, first it's Christensen, but she's just coming to the bench for some words. Carly Lloyd comes out, gets a nice ovation. US out as well. Still making changes, and Horan.
And I think great night from US. I don't think we saw a lot of Carly. I don't think we saw a lot of Lindsey Horan. But she was decent enough in there. I mean, so many times, very, very smart decisions in terms of keeping possession and keeping the rhythm. And that's one of their main responsibilities in that defensive midfield spot.
If you're looking for improvement and consistency, the U.S. did well in both of those categories from first game to second.
I think you're exactly right, and I think she proved that she has some special qualities that maybe some of the other players don't have, and that's her ability just to ping that ball. Her range of passing and to get it there at pace is phenomenal. Just to look at Ashlyn Harris trying to keep that ball out of the back of the net. It bounces up on her. She does well to just get it out of trouble on the rebound.
So the USA made 3 changes the other night. They've made 5 here. You can make up to 6. England have made 3 changes. We're in the 78th minute. Williams sent wide by Long. Tobin Heath sending it up. That was deflected. Bryant pass was picked off. So Ali Long, who we've seen lately as the center back in the back 3, is now more in a midfield spot where she was playing really last year.
Versatility seems to be a key for these players that want to make the roster, and Jill Ellis is trying to look at different combinations. You know, what does Ali Long look like there with Julie Johnson, the center back position? Is our team better with those two both on the field? So a lot of questions being asked and looking for answers right now.
Bryan, Krieger, Heath. Those tight spaces, and now the ball was turned over. White still onside, that's blocked. Picked up by Sauerbrunn, who wears the captain's armband after Lloyd's exit. She's also a co-captain of the team. Up for Williams. Taken off down that right side. Speed helps there. Be a throw in here for the U.S.
Demi Stokes actually does very well to stay with Lynn Williams there, because coming into tonight's match, I thought Demi Stokes might be one of the ones to attack on the back line, but she handles her speed for speed in that one.
Throwing for Becky Sauerbrunn. 5 changes Jill Ellis made, she still has kept that back 3 together. No changes there. Here's Pugh. Moving it right. Sauerbrunn. Kristen Press. Krieger. 80th minute. Still scoreless, just like the first game was with Germany and France. Heath, nice cut back. Tobin Heath, another one. Kept it low. Morgan Bryant. On the dribble. Lays it off. Lavelle's cross. Pugh after it. Sauerbrunn. Still looking for a good crack at goal after all of that good possession. Mallory Pugh. End line. Got it back off a deflection. Sauerbrunn. Still keeping possession. Morgan Bryant. This is stuff Jill Ellis loves to see. Or any coach for that matter. Just as I say, that ball is turned over. There's Scott. Jennifer Taylor, that's cut off. Alley long. Heath with the ball.
And you're right, it is what Jill Ellis wants to see, this possession, this playing out of pressure, but sometimes you've got to do it with a bit more purpose. And no shot came of that attack right there, and there you end up back in their own half.
Intercepted by Nobbs. Ellen White. Jill Scott taken away by Rose Lavelle. Tobin Heath down the wing, looking for the Speedy Williams. She was well covered that time. Scott to Nobbs. White tackled away. Ball is loose. Jill Scott, tallest player in the field at 5'11", tackled away. Julie Johnston again, another 1v1 battle that she has won and continues. Up for Williams, knocked out.
So good by Julie Johnston there, just the 1v1 battle that she knew she was going to own. You can see here a nice tackle. Jill Scott slows up, but then Julie Johnston sees that ball's for the taking and just physically dominates there. I mean, these are opportunities for some of these players, and I think Julie Johnston has had a nice night. I don't think that she's necessarily pulled apart England with her penetrating passes the way Allie Long is, but she's been very, very good defensively.
One of the subs for Jill Ellis tonight, Tobin Heath. For more on Tobin, here's Jenny.
And Jill Ellis has really spoken so highly of Tobin Heath and the way she has grown over the last year and a half. She said her qualities shine even greater now. She is one of our best 1v1 players. She's one of the best corners in the world, and we trust her. And you know why? Because she has figured out how to stay loyal to the effectiveness of her style, and she loves the confidence she's seeing from her guys.
Coming off a great year too, Jenny. U.S. Soccer's Female Player of the Year, Tobin Heath.
Such a fun player to watch and a fun player to play with as well.
Her game has grown, especially the last few years. Lavelle. England will take over.
And Lavelle has slid into that attacking mid spot, that 10 role that she prefers.
Long with it. This is the stage where England collapsed the other night, conceding the 2 late goals, one really on the last play of the game.
And that focus, that discipline is something that a program can develop as they play these top teams in the world and know that they can compete. I don't think that's a quality that this English side has had before, and they're going to grow into it.
Allie Long for Krieger, and the ball went out. Throw in here for England.
Jill Ellis talked about switching the point of attack at halftime. How often has the ball been on the right side for the U.S.? Not much this half, I would say.
This time the throw-in belongs to the U.S. If this result stands, they'll have the same number of points as France with 4. Setting up the big matchup Tuesday at RFK Stadium. But there's still time left for a goal from either side. Mallory Pugh, press making a run, and she was alone. Not detected, though, by the U.S. Off Sauerbrunn. England try to get it back. Alley Long. Lavelle to the right for Mal Pugh. Into the box she comes. Try to play it across, blocked. Could she get it back? She went down. Did not get the call. And the ball goes out.
Well, one thing Mallory Pugh does not lack is confidence. She decides to go at 2 English players there. Maybe not the best decision as she cuts back to her left. Here they are. She goes right into pressure and cover. And I think she just can't get over Christensen on the ground there. Tries to hop over her. I don't think that's a foul. Good no call. But if Mallory Pugh cuts that back, I think a lot of things open up. Instead, she goes to end line where cover is and really cuts down her own angle and opportunity there.
U.S. with the ball, right side. Pugh looking for a press. Running strong after this. Deflected out, waiting for the signal. And now it's going to be England's ball on a throw-in. And while England has not won a game in the SheBelieves Cup going back to last year, I would have to think they'd be pleased with this result if it stands at this.
Perhaps, but I think this is a team that wants to beat the top teams in the world, and that's a hurdle that they're struggling to get over.
Pugh, across the way, headed by Williams. Heath. Holding. Finds Morgan Bryan. Alley Long, and that's picked off. Krieger lets it go out for a USA throw-in. Lavelle. Too fancy there. Bronze, and now Nobbs will try to lead England back down that right side. Jodie Taylor. Had a great career at Oregon State. Looking for Jill Scott. Moving it inside. White looking. Shooting. Blocked. I think England has their first corner.
With Jill Scott in the game, they're much more dangerous on set pieces, and here's a look at it. They'll take their time. Jordan Nobbs is in no rush.
Nope.
So perhaps you're right, JP.
They'll take the draw. Much happier with the win, which would be a big upset for them. Never beaten the U.S. on U.S. soil again in 5 tries. Nobbs floats one up. It took a while to get there, and Krieger headed it away. Press, lost it there. That was Nobbs playing it. And England gets their 2nd straight corner.
And you can see a little bit of frustration from Nobbs because it looked as though she was trying to float that to the near post, but no runner was there.
Corners are even now. Very few, really, in this game. Nobbs delivering it. Headed. Bronze fires up the crossbar. It's loose. Still loose. And England have scored. Ellen White has given England the lead and quite possibly the win. There's still time left. A stunning goal in the end, and unlike the other night when England conceded, this time they get it.
And if you don't think this means something to England, look at that bench. But how about that strike by Lucy Bronze? She did that in the World Cup against Norway, and there's Ellen White who picks up the loose ball as the U.S. is on the ground. But this is just an absolute cracker. Comes off the crossbar. Harris could do nothing about it. Trying to get set again, and then White picks up the pieces.
Looks like two USA players running into each other in the end.
And I talked about box discipline, getting touch tight, finding the player nearest you. It's the U.S. who are susceptible on this one. And England, if you don't think this game matters to them, they are in an absolute uproar over that goal by Ellen White.
Upset in the making. How much stoppage time is left? Tobin Heath, that's a hip check from Farrell Williams, the two number 17s.
And as soon as that goal happened, I look at the U.S. and the one player who was saying, get the ball, let's go, was Allie Long, trying to rally the troops.
England want to make another change with Millie Bright. She wouldn't have much playing time. We didn't see any signal on stoppage time yet. Here's Sauerbrunn sending it up. And it's going to go out of play. Throw in here. England want to make a change. Is she going to allow it? We'll see. It's Bright, and they are going to allow it for Christensen.
It's just smart gamesmanship. Any player on any team with a lead this late in the match would do exactly what Christensen is doing and walking slowly off the pitch. And a back goes in, and Millie Bright shore up that defensive line, perhaps a 5-back.
Total was 3 minutes of stoppage time that was put on. Never saw the signal. Sauerbrunn plays it forward. So still a little bit of time left for the U.S. to get an equalizer. Johnston headed it forward. Jodie Taylor picks it up. England trying to close out this game as Ellen White takes it wide left. Her goal is the difference in this game. It's USA's ball. They've got a long way to go. About a minute and change. He wishes to try to level the score. Williams blocked. Played long, intended for Allie Long. She'll get to this. Long, pushed down. Foul is called. Free kick, U.S. with time running out.
And just a little bit of a push there. Not sure if a dive or a push by Allie Long. But the U.S. gets the benefit of the doubt and earns themselves a set piece.
England want to make another change. Jade Moore for Jordan Nobbs.
You gotta love the crowd booing the substitution.
Yep. It does break up the rhythm, yes, but the referee is supposed to allow more time for those subs.
They never add enough.
That's why I say they're supposed to. Here's the free kick. U.S. needing one. He's blocked. Taylor got to it. Lavelle fights to win it back. Sauerbrunn out wide. Johnston. She was still up from that last free kick. Can't be much left. Allie Long picking it up. Went down. Cleared by England. Sauerbrunn will have a throw in. Got it in quickly. Pugh to the feet of Morgan Bryant. Blocked. And England will just punt it as far as they can into USA territory. Krieger with it. So more time was added, but how much? And it's England's ball. Mark Sampson saying, how much time? How much time?
Well, he's talked about game management, seeing things through. This could be a growing, huge opportunity for England if they can get the result.
That's going to do it. England have pulled off the upset and have beaten the USA for the first time on U.S. soil. This is big for their program.
This is huge for their program because they wanted to knock off the top teams in the world and do it consistently. As they're preparing for the Euros, this is going to build them in confidence and know that they can hang with the absolute best. They not only knocked off one of the top teams, they knocked off the top team in the world right now.
Unofficially, that goal came in the 90th minute from Ellen White off of a rare corner kick in this game. Lucy Braun's a terrific shot, went off the crossbar, and England were quicker to react than the U.S. was, and Ellen White gets the goal.
And the U.S., while they're going to be disappointed with the defeat, ultimately they're going to grow from some moments in this match.
Good game, though, from Red Bull Arena. Amidst the freezing conditions, England pulls one away, and they get the win 1-0 over the USA. Come back with us, Jenny and Tony, after the break.
Welcome back to the She Believes Cup. A late goal from England was all that they needed to come away with the win 1-0 against the United States. And England now with their first victory of 2017. There was a lot of action. It seemed like play was open for a lot of the time. United States had chances, were not able to get it done. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the match. And starting out, of course, with honoring Captain America.
Well, Christy Rampone, one of the great defenders in U.S. history, capped 311 times, fantastic career. But here, Ali Krieger in the first half puts a ball in, Lindsey Oram gets on the end of it, but Chamberlain makes the save. 2 minutes later, and I thought Crystal Dunn really did a good job on Stokes. Here she beats her to the end line. And Rose Lavelle, first cap, gets a shot, another big save by Chamberlain. All the way through, Rose Lavelle, she's left-footed. She would like to have it on her left foot, but still, good shot. Here's a great chance for England. Kind of a misclear by Johnson. Harris gets on the end of it. Good save by Ashlyn Harris. You see it again here. When you clear a ball, you got to head it high, wide, and long.
71st minute.
Yeah, this is a good free kick by Steph Houghton. Good save by Ashlyn Harris. And this is the key play in the game. Corner comes in, it's cleared, but Lucy Bronze absolutely rings one off the crossbar. The USA defenders collide, and Ellen White, always opportunistic, comes in to finish it. Watch the two defenders here by the USA getting each other's way, and Ellen White beats Sauerbrunn to the ball, puts it in the back of the net.
Well, not the finish that the United States was looking for. I'm Jenny Taft alongside Tony DeChico, and it was quite a match, but I want to get a reaction from the two who were calling all of the action. JP Delacamera, Ali Wagner. What do you guys think of how this one ended today?
Well, I thought it was going to end up scoreless, Ali, but I thought when Bronze took that shot, that was going in. It was unlucky for the U.S. at the very end that two players collided.
Yeah, I mean, that's just communication. That's something that they'll be able to solve over time as those partnerships develop. Let's not forget that Julie Johnson and Sauerbrunn haven't been playing on the field together that often, but overall, I think for the U.S., they created a lot more in this match than they did against Germany, and it's really that final third that's lacking, and that's usually the last piece that comes together for a team. So no worries if you're a fan. There were a lot of bright spots today, and that was even with Rose Lavelle on the pitch.
I think Rose Lavelle was definitely a bright spot today for the USA, and full credit to England. They did very well. They get a big win for their program. Ellen White gets that goal, and they win. Sets up for an interesting day on Tuesday at RFK Stadium, Jen.
JP, thank you very much. Well, you guys mentioned Rose Lavelle, and we are lucky enough to be joined by her right now. And Rose, first cap. I know there's always going to be nerves involved in that, and this was not the finish you'd be looking for, but Jill Ellis said this tournament is about answers over results. And what was it like for you, your first cap and time tonight?
It's a little overwhelming, obviously something I've dreamed of for a while. Happy to have it, definitely a learning process. Hopefully we can come out the next game and win it, but it was an exciting first game for me.
Rose, I thought you were outstanding. Congratulations on a wonderful first cap. To me, you've got to be brought into every camp. You're fighting for a spot on the field in every game. But when you went into the center in the number 10 position, you seemed to not get the ball anymore. What happened there?
There's a lot of space out wide. It's a lot easier to find the ball when you're in there, but that's definitely something I have to work on if I'm going to be playing that role. Just finding the ball, finding it off the forwards. Like I said, it's a learning process, so something to take going forward.
Well, I know losing wasn't what the U.S. wanted to do, but I don't think Jill Ellis's priorities in this tournament, yes, to win the tournament, but also to learn what she has in players, work on her system. I think she found a lot in you, Rose, and I'm looking forward to watching you in the future. So what's next for you?
After this tournament?
Well, no, what's next for you as far as in your game?
Like I said, if I'm in the center of the field, I think it's finding the ball more, and then when I'm out on the flank, just having more confidence going at players and beating them 1-1, getting on line, getting crosses.
Were there nerves for you, Rose? I mean, you looked so confident, and your speed on the ball really stood out tonight.
Yeah, and this is a great little touch to get Mallory Pugh in. It almost led to a goal.
Well, Mel makes my passes look a lot better.
And then, of course, you wanted this on your left foot, but you still took it well. And it was a great save by the English goalkeeper, Chamberlain.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely nerves, but I think once I got out there, they kind of went away. There was a lot of adrenaline going.
And Rose, really, this tournament, I mean, still one more match to be played in D.C. How do you envision the team kind of taking this loss and moving forward to finish out strong this tournament?
Well, you know, we get a result against France, we can still win the tournament. Yeah. So I think knowing that, we're going to come out fighting, and we know we have to get a result to win it. So I think just putting all our focus into the next game is what's going to happen.
Well, we appreciate it. It was really fun to watch you, and we look forward to seeing much more of you in the future. Rose Lavelle,
great
everyone.
First
so
cap.
here, a look at the standings right now. England, France, the United States can all still win the tournament, but for the United States to win, they must beat France, and they are going to need some help from Germany.
Or they have to beat France by a lot of goals.
By a lot of goals. Germany could not win it. It wasn't the result the United States was looking for, but either way, plenty of answers tonight. We'll have more reaction to the U.S. losing to England 1-0.
She believes. The U.S. women's national team battles France in the SheBelieves Cup, Tuesday at 7 Eastern on FS1.
Miss Davis looks old enough to be my mother. Day 5, I get to kick her right in the head. I can't wait.
Feud, Betty and Joan. Premieres Sunday at 10, only on FX.
Welcome back to our coverage from the SheBelieves Cup, and we still have more to get to. Tuesday, the U.S. will face France at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's live on FS1. I'll be there for all the action, and the United States will need to get a win to have a shot at coming away with this tournament. Then need some help from Germany as well. But Tony, it was a back and forth match really until that 90th minute. What are your final thoughts on the United States defeat?
Oh, I think the U.S. was good. The one piece that we didn't see against Germany, we didn't see against England, is finish quality chances. But England was also good, and they took their chance when they could and won the game off an Ellen White opportunistic goal.
And Jill Ellis always talking about experimenting. This is the only time she's going to be able to do it, and I'm anxious to hear how she feels about the result. It was very fun to be with my friend Tony DeChico here, and really for all of us here at Fox Sports, JP Delacamera, Allie Wagner, and our entire Fox Sports crew, thank you for watching. We'll be back Tuesday, France, US 7 on FS1.